Well-established stylo within native pastures can increase annual live weight gains and carrying capacity of an extensive beef property. Stylos are a hardy and low maintenance legume and greatly improve feed quality during the dry season.
Stylos like Seca and Verano are a hardy legume suited to the northern dry tropics. There are a number of cultivars suited to a range of soil types. Stylo pastures are particularly useful in the northern rangelands where beef producers face seasonal rainfall variability and ongoing periods of low cattle performance on native pastures. Stylos boost feed quality as well as protein, digestibility and the overall performance of cattle in the dry season. There was a producer demonstration site on Forest Home in the 1990s where the implementation of stylos increased pasture yield fourfold. Weaner stocking rates improved from 1 to 4 hectares on native pastures to 1 weaner to 1.3 hectares on stylos. Live weight gains on stylos also improved by 10 kilos over the 4-month trial period from May to August in the early 1990s.
There's a few key things to think about when trying to get good establishment in stylos. First of all, you need to flog your country in some way, either through heavy grazing or fire. In terms of seeding, we recommend about 2 kilos to the hectare, which will cost you about $40. And it's really important that you do this before the first rains of the year, so having a good idea of that northern rainfall onset can be particularly useful. Fire can be fairly harmful to stylos, especially early on in establishment. And so we really need to do everything we can to avoid a fire going through a paddock in the first couple of years afterward. Once it is 3-4 years old, we have enough of a seed bank so that fires probably won't destroy any progress you've made in that paddock. The second point would be in northern rangeland systems, would be to prioritise paddocks that you have your weaners and your heifers in. The third point would be to take a look at the seasonal forecast in your area. Above median rainfall or a high rainfall year is definitely going to help with the establishment, and so picking a year where the odds are in your favour is certainly recommended. The final point, a bit of an obvious one, but get a soil test done. It's really important to know what's in your soil before we're going out to seed, and things like sulphur levels can change the way that we establish stylos in a paddock.
The reason I plant stylos here in Dells Hole, south of Georgetown, is they're pretty easy to establish in this hard country, and they lift carrying capacity, and they will put weight on a steer. A bit of my better country that I own, what they call Georgetown granite country, and the stylos perform well here. I got a chopper and flew the seed out predominantly with the chopper, done a little bit on bike, but mainly with the chopper. Had the country eaten out fairly bare, and then locked that paddock up until June the next year. With wet season spelling, I have paddocks around bores and dams and that I lock up every year, and you see that when you do that the stylos get really well established there. And 2019-2020 wet season was very light. I only received 18 inches of rain for the wet, and all fell within about a 5 to 6 week period. The wet this year has been a lot better. I've had about 39 inches spread out over several months. On the drier years, if you knew they were coming, it'd be good, but I don't. But I try to lighten off numbers, destock a bit, just to protect my country.
Stylos are a key avenue for producers in the far north to improve their live weight gain, stocking rates and marketing. The DAF Beef Extension team will continue to assist producers with stylo establishment and management. This includes options analysis and overall property planning and drought proofing.
More information on establishing stylos can be found on the Future Beef website.
The Grazing Futures Livestock Business Resilience Project promotes stylo pastures as a key avenue for northern producers to improve herd productivity and overall property drought readiness.